time with Meirc Training and Consulting. I will just start within 2 minutes, waiting for some candidate to register. So how are you feeling today? Are you good? I can see that Taisir is always present. Mr. Lujain is here and Doris is here, waiting for Ms. Sheikha, waiting for other people to be there. How are you? Good afternoon, Taisir. Lujain, how are you feeling today? Doris is here. Good afternoon. Hey, always happy to hear from Ghana. Bushra is here as well. Good afternoon, Bushra. Amal is here. So we have all, still waiting for a two friend of mine, Mrs. Sheikha and Ghaida and Mr. Riyad. I'm just waiting for them to start. So give me just 1 minute exactly. Thank you for waiting. So I remind you of some of the practices that we use in our webinar. So we'll just start the webinar. While on the go, I'll ask you some polling questions. When you want to answer, please use the, you know by now, the white empty space in order to type anything, please. Hello, Mahmoud. How are you? All is good. So let us then start our webinar. Today we will talk about a very, very interesting topic, which is employee engagement. You know, it is nowadays employee engagement is a buzzword, but many organizations and many individuals are comparing or are confusing between engagement, commitment, satisfaction, and happiness. And this is where we want to tell you to explain and to define what is engagement and what are the benefits of engagement in the organization. Having said that, this is one of our many webinars. Those are free webinars series from Meirc Training and Consulting. I will briefly reintroduce myself for those who don't know me. My name is Charles Joseph Talk. I am a senior consultant with Meirc Training and Consulting. Originally, I have a bachelor in law, and then I have an MBA in human resources management, and also I am a senior certified professional in human resources from the Society for Human Resources Management, and so on and so forth. I don't like to talk a lot about myself. Having said that, in this webinar, we will cover two main topics. The first one is the definition of employee engagement in order not to confuse it with other definition. And then we will talk about the overview of employee engagement. What are the overview of some good practices and how we can use those practices to engage our employee and to receive the tremendous return on engagement investment. So let me start with the first question. So the first question will be, in 3 words or less, what is your definition of employee engagement? I'll give you like 1 minute in order to type what is employee engagement from your own point of view, and then I will give you my reply as well. So I'm waiting for your responses. So I need to engage you through this small webinar as well, and in order to have the right definition, and I'll give you the the definition that we really have an answer. So Taisir is saying satisfaction, capability, and loyalty. Yes, why not? So I have okay. Maruf saying reward, satisfaction, and career. Guess why not? Good answers. Khalid is saying loyalty of employees. I can say it is a bit a mixture of all these. So do I have another answer? So I see that Mr. Mahmoud is typing as well, waiting for his reply in order to give you, you know, the result of our studies, research, and based on many indexes similar to Gallup, Aon, and so on. So Nazim is saying more involvement in different issues. Yes, it is involvement. It is an additional involvement. Doris from Ghana is also typing something. So Nazim, already we read your reply. Mahmoud is saying feeling voice heard, part of decision making. Yes, why not? So Doris saying it is the emotional attachment an employee has toward his or her work. All of these are right answers, but engagement is all of those. So you are all right. There is no perfect answer in engagement, and that's what we want to tell you. There is nothing called the perfect package of engagement. So engagement in 3 words, it can be defined as the vigor, the energy, resilience, and effort, the dedication, the enthusiasm, the inspiration and pride of one's work, and then the absorption, the concentration and being attached in one's work, team, and organization. So the energy, the extra mile that the employee, the engaged employee has towards his work, the dedication, the enthusiasm, the pride that he's working in an organization, and the absorption, the results as well. So in a nutshell, the concept of employee engagement is often confused with satisfaction, but the true definition is deeper in meaning. Employee engagement is defined as a level of an employee's psychological investment in their organization. Therefore, this investment leads to voluntary commitment by the employee to produce the value desired by the employer with no surprises. It is actually a state of mind. It is an expression of inner responsibility felt by the employee to be committed and accountable, which is driven by intrinsic rather than extrinsic motivators. Therefore, in business reality, how can we, based on Gallup engagement index, there are many studies related to employee engagement, and they are all related to positive outcomes. Some of the outcomes are stated here. So there are 29% of employees are engaged with their work, 55% are not engaged in their work, 16% are actively disengaged with their work, and 50% of resigning in the past 6 months. The cost of lack of engagement in the United States alone is about $450 billion annually. So it is a huge amount, and it is a huge, advantage for organizations who possess employees with high engagement. Therefore, this is why organizations nowadays, they are focusing more and more on employee engagement and how to make those employees more committed and how to receive that return on engagement investment. So what organization or what HR as an HR, because we are talking taking this subject from an HR and managerial point of view, what HR should do. So based on CIPD studies, based on many studies, we need to pay attention, and our strategies as HR should pay attention to what? First, fair treatment of employee and support of well-being. So the work-life balance. empowering employee to shape their jobs. And here the new HR strategy are focusing on giving employees their rights to plan their careers. And even in career development, we are giving the chance for employee to take responsibility of career planning, effective challenge for employee voice. I need to hear their voice. I need to listen to employee. I need to enhance the communication channels. Good people management skills. I need to have really not only managers in an organization. I need to have leaders. Performance management system should be motivating, not disengaging. Communication to reinforce purpose and vision and keep employee informed. And if I want to really focus on engagement, I will repeat the same word: communication, 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 and communication. How to communicate? Communicate what are the rewards, communicate how we do performance, how we do appraisals, communicate the strategy, communicate the open channels to hear the employee voices. And there is no secret formula in employee engagement. The only thing that I can give you in employee engagement is to hear your employees and to react accordingly. And this is one of the best practices of many organization, and I'm not talking about any organization, leading organization. Therefore, there are many models of engagement. One good model, one nice model that I like to mention is the ABC model. So ABC is easy to remember, is easy to know. The A, it is about the antecedents. The B, it's the behavior, and the C is for consequences. So what this model all about? It's about, first we need to clarify what is need to be done from an employee. So this is again communicating what is needed from each and every employee, communicating through communicating the strategy, communicating the personal KPIs, communicating the objectives and target of departmental, organizational, and individual. And then we know what is expected from them. The second part is behavior. So based on the good information, based on the crystal clear communication, how the employee behaves, and this is the behavior. Employee will have a better chance of delivering what needs to be done. So when he understands what is needed from him, he will behave accordingly, and this is where we get the result. And don't forget the third layer, which is consequences, which is the opportunity to reward employees. Without those three cornerstones, you will not have engagement. Sometimes we communicate very well, we get the right result, we forget to reward, and then we receive disengaged workforce. Sometimes we have bad results and we punish the employee, but yet when we go and do the analysis, we find that we did not communicate well, we did not clarify targets, we did not clarify strategies. So those are, for me, the three cornerstones of employee engagement. There are many models, as I told you, and each organization, each sector, each department can have his own bundles of practices that will lead to employee engagement. However, and second question here, it is nice to ask and nice to know based on your point of view. What will drive your engagement personally? Is it money? Is it recognition? Is it career opportunity? Is it leadership? Is it others? So now I need to know from your point of view, what will drive your engagement personally? For me, it is a mixture, but mainly it is the environment for me. So Taysir, for Taysir, it is fear. Taysir, you are, fear of punishment. So you are with the, the stick strategy, not the carrot strategy. Good one, Taysir. the egg theory, yes. Sometimes, this will not drive engagement, Taysir. I think the X theory. However, sometimes we need to play between the carrot and the stick. All of the above. So Mahmoud is telling me all of the above. So the money, the recognition, the career opportunity, the leadership, all of the above. The recognition, absolutely. Any other replies? Doris, all of the above. And respect, absolutely. Respect, trust are most probably drivers for engagement. Lujain, trust, yes. And here we can mention the a very, very nice book to read, which is The Speed of Trust. All of the above. Tahira is friendly environment. Environment is one of the cornerstone of employee engagement. Let's see, based on 2018 survey, one of the biggest survey of employee engagement. It was done by Aon, one of the leading organization for employee engagement surveys and index. So they did a survey, and this is what they reached to. So they did it last year, it means 2017, and this year. And number one always and staying there is rewards and recognition. And then last year the third place was for senior leadership. Now it is number two. The number three is now career opportunity, career growth, career path, opportunities to move within the organization. It's now number three. Last year it was number four. Number four is employee value proposition. It is number four. And the infrastructure of the organization, the environment, the policies, the procedure is number five. So all of these are, as you said, it is not one factor, it's many factor mixed together will lead to employee engagement. And this is what I want to send. This is my only message in this small webinar. There is no a size fits all in employee engagement. There are many factors that can enhance this engagement. Having said that, there is Mr. Spitzer found 8 desires that will lead to motivation. Those 8 desires are the following. So it is an acronym. To make the 8 desire in a simple word, it is PACORAMA. It's like panorama, but with the C. So having said that, P stands for power. It means the control that you have in an organization will motivate you and will lead to for sure to engagement. The activities, so the interest of the variety of activity within the organization also will lead to engagement. It is part of motivation. The competence, so am I using my strengths, my skills in my work? Am I learning from my mistake? Am I having the right feedback? The ownership. Am I involved in the decision within the organization? Am I recognized? This is the R, the recognition. Am I recognized when I am doing something good, when I'm achieving a goal? Am I motivated through my social contacts? Do I have friends? Do I have team spirit within the organization? Do I have a meaning? This organization is a positive contributor to my meaning? Do I find myself? Do I find that my organization values are aligned with mine or my values? And then achievement. Do I have I reach my goals? Do I have realistic goals? Do I have achievement within the organization? All these factors will lead to motivation, which is a cornerstone of employee engagement. In a nutshell, what the lesson learned here? The lesson is that engagement drivers can vary from an organization to another, as I told you before. It is not a a one size fits all. It's not a secret or a magic formula. It is when you listen to your employee, when you know what motivates them, when you have customized reward, when you have an open channel for employee, when you communicate, when you have the environment, when you have the rewards, all of these will lead to engagement. So in order to maximize the action planning effectiveness, your company needs to clearly understand your top engagement focus area and identify the best interventions to elevate the employee experience around those areas. So I need you to go now and open your channels, open your doors, and listen to your, at least to your talented employee, in order not to lose them. Because losing your talented employee will make you lose the war for talents and will really prevent you from receiving a higher return on investment. So the third question will be, what are the benefits of employee engagement? So we talked about employee engagement, and we know it's not just a buzzword, it's something that we need to focus on in order to really leverage the returns. So what are some of the benefits of employee engagement, also from your own point of view? So Taysir, higher productivity, for sure, it is linked. Engagement is linked directly with higher productivity based on many research, based on facts, based on many things. Tahira is typing something. Mahmoud mentioned something, so I did. Forgive me for that, Mahmoud. I did not read it previously. So one of the main driver also is the right policies and procedure. Absolutely, policies and procedure. And here we don't need to really be rigid in policies and procedure. Sometimes policies and procedure need to change in order to serve the engagement. So you are absolutely right. So Tahira is saying the retention, so increased retention, absolutely right. Its benefit of the high engagement is when employees are staying inside the organization, are happy to be in an organization, and are really keen to give the best result in an organization. So many benefits. We can find many benefits for employee engagement, more efficiency, more productivity. Yes, let's mention some of them. Some of them are increased employee safety, because when employees are engaged, they will take care of the employer properties and themselves. Better employee health, for sure. Happier employee, happiness will increase. Better work-life balance, because when I am engaged or when I listen to my employee, I can really be a good leader, and then maintaining the well-being of my employee. Lower absentees, because I will really want to go to that place where I find an affiliation, and I find recognition, and I find my happiness. Higher retention rates, as you mentioned before, greater loyalty to the organization, better customer service, greater productivity, and the most important thing nowadays is better employer brand. So my brand in the social media and in the mouse to mouse and in between friends and colleagues and family will enhance my employer branding. So could you list some of the best practices that you have, or that you saw, or that you really listened to or watched? I don't know. So one of the good practices of employee engagement at Meirc Training Consultancy is the induction and orientation, where everybody welcomes you in a very warm welcome, where you receive a a package, a welcome package when you let's say when you are recruited. So what do you have? So Taysir is saying team building activities. Okay, good. vendor. Employee satisfaction surveys. Yes, it is one of the, how to really measure the satisfaction. But if you were in the earlier than this, we said that engagement is more than satisfaction. I can stay doing nothing while I'm satisfied. However, when I'm engaged, I always do the extra mile and what we call the discretionary action. So Tahira, brainstorming session, yes. Outdoor activities, okay. Take care of the families, yes. Lujaim, Taysir, employee engagement surveys, yes. Or to be more precise, employee engagement index. Lunch, breakfast, yes. All of these can lead to engagement, and they lead task force participation. Yes, absolutely, and it can enhance the affiliation and the participation of all your employees. So here I go. So I did many researches related to this main subject, but I put them into clusters of practices. What are the best practices based on Google and many organizations within GCC and internationally? So what are they? So build leadership and trust, as you mentioned before. Leadership, I need leaders, because leaders, if I have all the engagement and I don't have leaders, they will not implement my engagement practices, they will not implement the initiatives, and then everything will be lost. So leadership is very important, and trust, the trust. So it is not only trust from one way, it's a two-way trust. So trusting the leadership, and the leadership trust the employees. Engagement should start from the top. So the upper management should believe in engagement and encourage the engagement culture. Development, training, development, career development, succession planning is practices that lead to engagement. So I can see that my future, it is with this organization. Flexibility, work-life balance as well, when and if possible, for sure. Listen, respond, and adapt. This is, I think, one of the main or the cornerstone of employee engagement practices. And then create a culture of empathy. I need to care for my people, and this is number one. And I think this is the value behind the engagement. So if I care about my people, I can listen to them, and I can really have implement those strategies in order to engage them, and then offer customized reward and unique benefit. For sure, I need to reward my people. I need to have recognition, reward, customized reward, as we mentioned previously. So as a small, one slide, in a nutshell, what are the drivers, what are the outcome, what are the engagement outcome, and what are the business outcome? So basically, the drivers mainly are divided into five. Two of them are the basic drivers, and then the three are the, let's say, the over and above. They are the the cherry on top of the cake. So what are the basic? The basics are the job security, the safety. I need to feel secure. I need to feel that I am having my work, and this is the if you go to the motivation pyramid based on Maslow, this is the hygiene factors. And then the second one is the work. So empowerment in the work, work-life balance, the job satisfaction. Those are the basics. And then if I want to go over and beyond, I have to have the agility. So I need to have the internal customer and external customer focus. I need to have a decision making, sharing the decision making within my employee, and I have to have collaboration between all department and all employee. Engaging, then the second one is engaging leadership. So I need to have leaders. I need to have senior leader that will believe, and in manager believing in engagement culture. And then I will go, this will affect my talent. So I have to have talent focus. I need to have a nice brand. I need to have a good career development, succession planning. I need to have a genuine performance management. I need to have a reward and recognition system. And I need to have a nice recruitment selection orientation, programs. So if I have all this, what is the engagement outcomes? The engagement outcomes are in 3 words: say, stay, and strive. So say, the employee will be my loyal ambassadors. They will say that the organization is a nice place to be. It will reduce my cost of recruitment, and then when they are happy, they will stay. I will have increased retention, and they will strive. For sure, they will give me higher productivity. As for business outcomes, we have 4 types of business outcome. First, from the talent point of view, I have higher retention, lower absenteeism, higher wellness, so better safety and better health. From operational point of view, I will have higher productivity and higher safety. From a customer point of view, internal and external customer, I will have customer satisfaction and higher retention of customers. And from a financial point of view, for sure, I will have higher revenues, I will have growth, and I will have additional incomes. So basically, those are in a nutshell the ROI of engagement based on Gallup index. Higher productivity 21%, profitability 22%, customer satisfaction 10%, absentees will be lower by 37%, turnover will be lower between 25% and 65%, safety will be fewer by 48%, and quality incidents will be fewer by 41%. We will have less defects in 41%. And last and a final thought. If you have, this is the present situation of many organizations. So based on Gallup and ION together, the surveys based on employee engagement, now as workforce, we have 29% only engaged workforce. Those are the people that are trying to achieve goals, trying to go to the target, trying to elevate the company productivity and brand and returns. And we have 52% not engaged. It meaning that are here, but they are not helping, but they are not doing something wrong. They are just, passing by. They are like, tourists inside the organization. And we have 19%, and those are really, we have to fear those 19% because they are actively disengaged. They are physically present. They are hurting the company brand. They are hurting the productivity. They are not productive. They are not engaged. They are not effective. They are not efficient. And therefore, they are pushing the whole organization back. So what if we have the right engagement package in order to make those not engaged people into engaged, and then remove some of those actively disengaged people and make them at least not engaged, and this will benefit all of the organization, and the organization can really flourish. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for so much for listening to me, and to be with me in this very important topic, which is employee engagement. For more information about this topic or any training and development courses, please visit our websites on www.meirc.com. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that this small webinar, give you additional thoughts or additional knowledge about the subject. And I'm glad to be again with you in this afternoon. Thank you, Rawan. Thank you, Noura, Bandar, Doris, Nazim, everybody. I really enjoyed your presence and your participation. Darmistra Thank you so much as well. Nazim, if I missed someone, excuse me. So, thank you so much and have a blessed afternoon. Mahmoud, Bandar, everybody. Yes, we'll try to send you a copy of this presentation on the registered emails.
Meirc.com